Well, hello. It's probably I don't know if you can probably see, but I'm going to show you in a second. It's a glorious day out today, and I thought I would pop out today and have a bit of just a wander along the beach down here at Craigendoran. A bit of a beachcomb and a bit of a walk, really, more than anything. I've been stuck indoors for the last few days. The weather's been a mixture of sort of heavy rains and high winds. I'll show you a little clip from yesterday that I tried to go metal detecting. So here's the little clip that you're going to see right now. Just see how bad it was. Right, well, this wind is something else, but there's a find. Nice bit of a fishing weight is that. We've got a teeny bit of line on it. Yeah, fishing weight, lead. So yeah, you see, it was pretty terrible weather. There was no way I was detecting in that. I could barely even stand up straight. So this is conditions today. As you can see through my windscreen, I'm just sat in the car at the moment. It's I mean, it is glorious. Some big fluffy white clouds up there, but nothing to worry about. Sun is shining, and yeah. Let me get my wellies on, and I'll get cracking down the beach. All right, back shortly. Well, it's 4 p.m. and the low tide is due to go out at, I think it's about 7 o'clock. So we've got another 3 hours before low tide. I'm not going to be down here at low tide. I'm just hoping that there's enough beach that I can actually walk on. I hope the tide's gone out far enough. I'm sure it has. I'm about to find out, because I'm just coming up to the beach dips down over there. In fact, I can see that there is some beach visible, which is good. It is windy today as well, so hopefully the little wind muff that I've made for the case for my GoPro here is enough to stifle that wind, so that you can hear me, and that the wind's not too intrusive on the footage as well. But anyway, here we go. Look, there's just enough beach, and I've got my wellies on. I can walk around here. There you go. Right, let's get cracking. As you can see, that's the seawall, and the sea's just receded enough that I can get along here. Normally it's well, you can see where the line is from the seaweed and moss and other things growing along there. That's normally where the tide is when it's fully in, a normal tide. But yeah, we've just got enough to get along here. A bit of a walk in the sea. One thing I'll say, I do need new welly boots. Actually, the soles on these are very thin now. I've worn them down all this beach walking. But, yeah, we'll have a nosy. There's people out on the beach having a drink. Hopefully they'll take the rubbish away with them. But yeah, beautiful day. Hard push to beat that, wouldn't you? Right, I'm going to start searching now, so stay tuned. Let's see if we can find something today, something or anything. And I don't know what that is, or was. That's looks like a lid off something. That edge there would have sat on something lightly patterned on the top there as well. No idea what that would have been. But a lid of some description, and you can see some of the very dark, thick black glass that litters this beach from when literally just over the other side was a dump. So yeah, so there's all bits of different types of pottery. I've shown you all this stuff before, amber glass and yeah, bits of everything really. There's big old timbers here as well that have been uncovered recently. One of the things we always find along here is the vulcanite bottle stoppers. I'm sure you've heard me and seen me find those and talk about those in the past. Like I say, usually going this way I tend not to find very many of them. It's usually coming back that I start to see them for some reason. Maybe it's because I've on the way out I've got my eye in, and on the way back I'm just a little bit more tuned into them. But yeah, so anyway, let's crack on, get a bit further along. We'll see how far we go today. We might go right up to Ardmore today. It's like I say, the tide's just on its way out now, so alright, back shortly. Well, there you go, there's stopper number 1. And I would hazard a guess, I can't quite make it out, to be perfectly honest with you. A McEwan's maybe. They seem to have been quite popular at the time, McEwan's breweries. So yeah, that's the first one anyway. And where there's one, there's usually more. Another piece of worn pottery there, lovely and smooth. So yeah, is that the first of many or the first of few? The last time I was down here, it was baking hot. It's not so bad today. There's quite a nice breeze today actually. It's a little bit cooler, but yeah, the last time I tried to come out and do this, it was baking hot, and I just I had to give up because of the heat. I was getting absolutely roasted, and yeah, I was having a few sound issues. I know I've spoken about the sound issues before, which I'm working on. You know, I've got the wind muff on the camera on the case now, so hopefully I sound a little bit better. And look, there's bits of pot there as well, bits of ginger beer or cream pot or whatever that was, ginger beer probably, I guess. But yeah, I'm working on it. I think the sound sounds a lot better with the just with the wind muff on the case actually. So I'm thrilled to bits with that's worked so well. But anyway, I digress. We're not here to talk about cameras and wind noise. We're here to talk about look at that pretty piece of glass. I've brought no container with me today. Look, it's probably the base of a bottle, that one. I'll definitely have to come down here and collect some sea glass, because this is actually really good for it. Some really nice pieces here. There we go as well. Yeah, loads of it. Right, well, I think what I'll do next time is bring the container down and pick up some of this sea glass, because I sell the sea glass online on my little eBay store, if anybody's interested. And yeah, I'm busy looking for stoppers. All I'm seeing now is sea glass and pottery, which is absolutely typical on a glorious day. And I'm facing right into the wind now, so I don't know whether you can hear that wind noise or not. This is really good today. Right, on we go. So a few people asked on the last video that I did, it was a review video, and they were asking about my my desktop screensaver that I've got on my computer, and it's from a BBC show from oh gosh, over a decade ago now, and it was called The League of Gentlemen. The two characters on the screen are they're called Edward and Tubbs. They're a married couple who run a local shop for local people. That's their catchphrase. It's quite a dark comedic show. I would suggest if anybody likes sort of dark humour, then by all means look it up. It's very, very funny. So yeah, I just thought I'd cover that, and I don't know what that is there. I've just found. No, it's just a bit of wood by the looks of it. Well, it's shaped on the end. It's the end off something. Whatever it is anybody's guess, or was. So yeah, so there you go, the League of Gentlemen. Yeah, very funny show, and like I say, very dark humour. Well, there you go, there's another stopper. Ooh! Very similar to the last one, actually. Very similar. I've just come. I've come from that bit on towards this sort of seaward side. Occasionally, I have found an ink bottle up here one day. Really quite worn. I still have it at home. It's part of my little random collection. There's a golf ball. Always find golf balls on here. Don't know who has the money to buy golf balls and hit them into the sea, but yeah, apparently somebody does. So, yeah. There you go. There's another one. Another golf ball. Top Flight Strata 3. Brilliant. Don't know what that is, but it's all squishy squashy. Oh, now then. Oh, well, let me put all you down. What are you? Oh, well, that's quite nice. That's like a little meds bottle, isn't it? It's not a poison, but it's close. Oh, well, I'll certainly take that home. I'll get rid of that stuff, seaweedy stuff, limpety things on the bottom, and we'll have a little do a bit of homework on that one, I think. Oh, there's a slight chip in the neck there. That's a shame. Anyway, I'll take it with me, and then it's off the beach, because that's probably the first sort of proper complete bottle I've ever found. Well, I tell a lie, it's actually not, because I got the milk bottles off here, didn't I? On the last big walk we did. Right, I'll clean that up a little bit and I'll shove it in my bag. We'll take it away with us. Cool. I'll pick up them other bits as well that I just dropped. I saw that. This is a little beachy area. I've come through these rocks here. I was just telling you. Just come to this little beachy area. I have found the odd stopper here before now. So there were people here on this little section of beach anyway in the past. So I just thought I'd have a quick nosy, or maybe just cut across this little bit of grass headland onto the other side of the beach there, because as you can see, the sea's still quite close in, and it's just coming up to, well, it's 10 minutes to 5 now, and it doesn't seem to have gone far. It's got another 2 hours before it's fully out. So yeah, I thought I'd come onto this this rocky beach area and just have a nosy. One day, you know, we'll walk along this beach someday, and there'll be a big case of whiskey galore, or vodka galore as it should be for me. You never know, you can always dream. Oh, here's another little bay area. There's a bit of private property over there, somebody's land. Just have nosy on this area. See if there's anything of any interest along the tide line. Oh. Piece of pottery again, probably a ginger beer at some stage. Love to find a full one on here. Again, maybe. Oh, there's a stopper. There you go. Yeah, I'd love to find a full one day. Just on the beach. There's another stopper. This might be a stoppers galore area. Yeah, there's another one. Teeny tiny little one. Look at that. That's a little nubbin, is that one? It's been washed, broken right down. So that's 3 inch space of a minute or two. There's another bottle. You can see the marks inside where it was manufactured. Manufacturing marks. Again, probably another ginger beer. Right. Let's keep going. There is little bits of broken bottle here as well, which obviously gives you a sign that people have been here in the past. Things like that. Look. So that's an internal screw stopper. That's what one of these stoppers would have screwed into in there. I just dropped that little nubbin one. So yeah, so they've been sat here having picnics back in the day, 100 years ago, and then as of now, well, I suppose not as much now, but back then it was very common just to throw rubbish into the sea or at the side of the beach, just pile it up and not worry about it. Another piece of a pot there. I would imagine on the basis that they just thought that the sea would just take everything away, and how wrong they were, I suppose. Even to this day it still sits here, albeit broken up. Another piece of a pot, probably maybe a cream pot, that one. Yeah, albeit broken up into small pieces, but it's still here 100 or so years later. There's another one. Go. That's 4 in a very short period. See if there's any more along here. And like I said before, I'll probably find some more on my way back. That's the way it goes usually. Usually find that I've walked over a dozen. I walked past a dozen of them. Yeah, I think that's all for now. Well, there you go. Can you see this one? Almost oh, so close. Look at that. That's from James Orr Comrie & Co. That's one that I'm looking for. One day I'll find one of those. Comrie & Co of Helensburgh. One day. You can always dream. Lovely. I'll put a picture of that, what that would have looked like. I'll put a picture of that up on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, this is a man holding having a ginger beer to drink. Very refreshing at the time, apparently. I think I've got a hole in one of my wellies. And there's that, with great care. That's a milk bottle. Looks like a modern one actually, I'll take that with me. Milk Containers Limited, Glasgow. 568ml returnable bottle, that's 1 pint. Yeah, I think I've got a hole in one of my Wellington boots. Because I've just got a slight feeling of dampness in the arch of my foot. So and I've still got another couple of miles to walk back now, all that way. So we'll keep going for a little while longer. I'm going to put this one safe. I'm not going to take it with me. I'm going to put it safe up on the bank, up on the banks up there, so it's not in the water and it's not going to get broken up. So just I have nothing to wrap it in to safely transport it in my bag. So looks like a preserve pot. Probably what that was. There's all kinds of bits of pottery down this end. Looks like a pot lid of some description. All sorts of bits of glass and pottery everywhere. I've been to this location a few times. Occasionally I've found the odd bottle here and there, but not tons of stuff. I've no doubt that somewhere along here there was maybe a farm dump. There's a farm over there and then as well. So yeah, I've no doubt. Oh look, in fact there's a paste pot. You all know what a paste pot is, don't you? I'm going to be very, very careful to lift that out. I don't collect these. Although they can be very pretty when they've been on the beach. As you've seen glass before on the beach, it tends to get a bit heavily scratched and what have you. But yeah, you get the idea. It's a nice paste pot. There's a little patch on the front there where a label would have been. But yeah, I'm going to leave that one for somebody else. There are people that walk up and down here, as I've said before. Dog walkers, so on and so forth. There we go. Stopper. Yeah, McEwan's of Edinburgh. Stopper. Too worn to say anything. Oh, there's another one hidden. A war grade. Because it's got that dimple. Let me show you. There you go, there's a dimple in the top. War grade stopper. That's 3. These areas are usually quite good for stoppers because as you can see, all this stuff gets washed up. Although the only downside is that all this stuff is like black. But thankfully the stoppers are quite uniform in shape because they're man-made. So they tend to be, now I say they tend to be, easier to spot. No, that's not one. As I thought it was. Woo! Well, it's turning into another breezy day. I will give it that. All sorts of rubbish and detritus and driftwood all washed up into this corner. It's quite fascinating, really. It shows you how the tides work and how certain things get washed up in certain areas. It really is can be quite interesting. Oh, and that's getting very, very sinky in there. I'm not going any further into that. But yeah. Right, let's. Oh, look, there's a tiny little bottle. That's a pill bottle. That modern. That's not for me. That being said, let's make an about turn and head back. There's another stopper. Look. Ooh, that might be a good one. That might be a good one. Oh, yes, it is. McDougall of Bon Hill with the Trident. I've not had that one before, I don't think. Memory serves me, I've not had that before. That's a cracker. They do a nice cod bottle with that, with the Trident on the front as the pictorial. Right, let's have 2 more minutes. Let's see if I can see any more. the space of 2 minutes. There's another one. See that there? I don't know if you can see. There we go. Oh, and that's a dun of Glasgow. Very nice. There's another one. Oh my goodness, I'm getting too many. That's a Garvey of Mulgai, spelt M-I-L-N-G-A-V-I-E. When I moved here to Scotland, I thought that was Milngavie, but it's not. It's pronounced Mulgai. And there's another. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping stoppers everywhere now. Look. We've come to Stopperfest. There's another one. And that's another McDougall of Bon Hill. Brilliant. Check this out for an oyster shell. Boy, look at the layers in that. That's an old one. Occasionally I find these big old shells up and down here as well. And what's that there? See if I can remove this. See if it's in one piece. It is. Oh, that's a big old milk bottle. Ooh. Right, I need to be really careful. I need to be really careful, Robin. This is quite an old one because you can tell by the wide neck. I'm going to do my old school to get the barnacle off. Well, there you go. That's it emptied out anyway. It doesn't look like there's any cracks in it. I'm going to be very careful carrying this home, obviously. I'm carrying it back to the car anyway. And yeah, we'll get it cleaned up at home. There's nothing embossed on it, which is a shame. Actually, I've had a change of heart. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave the bottle up on the side of the banking here. So, here we are. There we go. Literally, I'll sit it right up there, look. It'll not go anywhere from there. Whew. In fact, it being glass, I won't leave it sat in the grass, actually. I'll leave it just there. So if anybody sees that, they'll grab it. See, there we go. There's another one with a letter C. I told you, always on the way home, we start to find more stoppers. Yeah, I was right about a hole in my sock. Sand and water in there. Not in my sock, in my welly. I was right about the hole in my Wellington. It's soaked.